Enjoy yourself.
Welcome to the Phreak Show. Welcome to the Phreak Show. Welcome to the Phreak Show. Lady in the streets, what a freak in the feet go. Welcome to the Phreak Show. Welcome to the Phreak Show. Welcome to the Phreak Show. Lady in the streets, what a freak in the feet go.
Miami sport music.
Hey, welcome to the Phreak Show.
After victory.
Maybe we just gotta take 1 week off all the time. Just go every other week and they'll win. Maybe that's all it is. It was us. It was our luck. I'm your host, Michael Leva. This is Dolphreaky yourself. You know her, you love her. Miami Dolphins fan of the year 2022, right?
Yep.
Yeah, hanging up right behind. Just gotta look at the screen. All right, so we're going to have some fun today, talk about the win over the Jets, talk about what's coming up this week, play a Florida man game, tell some jokes, have some laughs. That's what we do each week here on the Phreak Show. Before we start, Allie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, I feel like I'm better now that we have a win under our belt. You know, that feels good. Granted, there's a little like kind of cloud hanging over this win with the Phreak injury and all that. So, you know, it kind of got me down a little bit, but you know what? A win's a win. We're going to take it and we're moving on to Carolina. So
yeah,
pick up a second win now.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Hill stuff a little bit too. I want to share this. I forgot. So after the first show we did a few weeks back, the first show of the regular season at least, someone in YouTube put up a comment and I saw it and I shared it with our staff. I didn't share it with you. I want to surprise you because it was so funny. So we have someone who works for us who does a show with his brother. His name is Aaron the Brain. That's what he goes by, Aaron the Brain. That's his online name. And he's the nicest guy in the world. Used to live down there by you. Now he's moved up here by me, actually. It's just the nicest guy. And someone on Twitter, or not Twitter, someone on YouTube put up this after our first show. A little bit easier on the eyes than Aaron or the Brain. Well, first off, it's Aaron the Brain. It's not two people. But Ellie, you have a fan. And I told Aaron, don't take it personally. They could have took out your name and put any one of ours, and that comment rings true. So it was just
much love, John Smith. Thank you.
John Smith, if that's your real name. I just love that comment. It's like a little easier on the eyes than Aaron.
You know, I used to do this show with Beasley, and they used to say that all the time. And they were like, "Oh, you know," they used to give Beasley a hard time because he was kind of negative, and like, you know, and I would be the positive one. They were like always making comments about, "Oh, you know, she's prettier than you, Beasley." Shout out Adam Beasley. I had fun with that show last year, and we both kind of he's doing different things now.
Yeah, he's doing different things now.
Yeah.
He's doing sports reporting. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. But yeah, I saw that comment. I just laughed out loud. This is awesome. This is what the show's about. They're just having fun like that.
Yeah, that's what we want.
All right. So before we start, shout out to sponsor of today's show, Caneswear. Everyone go to the website, caneswear.com for the best and most affordable Miami Dolphins apparel on the internet. If you need a Miami Dolphins hoodie, t-shirt, polo, shorts, socks, anything with the Dolphins logo on it for the home, anything with the Dolphins logo on it for your car, go to caneswear.com. First and foremost, that's the website you want to go to. They have the most affordable Miami Dolphins apparel on the internet. If you need something for the Miami Hurricanes, they're having a great season. You're a Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, so me and Allie aren't fans of, but we do recognize their greatness.
Go Rangers!
Well as Go Rangers. It's starting up soon, I know. People are going to hate us on the show.
Yeah, they are.
Rangers. They're really going to hate us. And they got Heat, Marlins, all that good stuff. Caneswear.com. If you're in South Florida, stop by their shop at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, put up a comment. We're live right now, so if you want to put up a super chat, we will read it on the air and give you priority. Have some fun with that. Super chats are open. And what else? Dolphins Talk Extra, patreon.com/Dolphins Talk, $3 a month. There's so much fun going on over there. Sign up for that. All right, let's talk about the first win of the year. Dolphins beat the Jets. Wasn't necessarily the prettiest game, but when you haven't won a game all year, who cares? You just want the win. And the Dolphins came out with a win. I guess first let's talk about the Hill injury. It's unfortunate. Whatever you think about him as a person, whatever you think about the off the field stuff, you never want to see anyone get hurt. You never want to see anyone injured for our team or for any other team. These guys are putting they go out there and they know any snap could be their last snap. And I don't think it's going to be a last snap. He'll come back for somebody. I don't know if it'll be for us, but he'll come back and play. But just an unfortunate injury, a gruesome injury, just to even look at. I saw it once ago. I've seen it enough. I don't need to see 10,000 replays.
Yeah, I actually didn't see it. I didn't see it live.
There.
I was still in at halftime. I got to stop doing that. I have to stop leaving the seats at halftime because I get sucked in there and I can't leave,
Those lines get long.
And I love chatting it up with everyone. But yeah, I missed this. So I was wandering around and I'm getting all these notifications to my phone. Sorry about your boy. I'm like, which boy? What happened? And now I'm getting this video and I'm like, no way.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. What are your thoughts now on this offense? It's going to have to change.
Yeah.
Phreak. Waddle's got to step up. Waller's got to keep playing well.
Waddle time, baby.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
How
they're going to handle it?
I mean, they're going to definitely have to have Waddle step up. I mean, we're finally going to see why we drafted him and, time to shine, buddy. This is a big opportunity for him. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And, I know there's been a lot of talk about, Phreak maybe being a cancer to the locker room and all his drama. And, we know we always have Phreak in the news and whatnot. So I guess it's another opportunity to see how the team does, now that, I don't want to say he's out of the way, but he's away for a little bit, see how the morale changes. Yeah.
He's going to be out of the picture. He's not going to be there every day.
Maybe morale will be different. Some of these guys I'm sure are going to be excited to be getting more playing time and, we'll just see how they do.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for someone like Washington at wide receiver. I'm talking about Malik Washington because we got two. And Nick Westbrook-Ikhine as well. So they should see more opportunities. Waller, what we saw from him from one game was fantastic. If that can continue.
Welcome back.
I mean, to me, it was this is Jonnu Smith. He reminded me so much of Jonnu Smith and what he provided us last year. It's that's what this offense needs. So, you don't want to put too much on his plate because we do know he's coming back from his hip injury now. Right. It sounds like it was. But just if he can give us 4 receptions a game, that's not asking the world here.
Yeah, and a little tutty here and there. It helps to have that veteran presence out there. So finally, good to see him come out balling right off the bat.
And I think the guy who's really going to pick up the slack, which I don't know how much more he can do, is going to be Achane. He's special. He's a special player. And they're going to, I think, run him more. They're going to throw it to him more.
Run the ball.
I think that's the plan with Achane and Ollie Gordon. When you don't have Hill, you got to run it more. And I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I agree. I'm so sorry. If you guys can hear, there's a cat meowing outside my door.
You can bring her on the show. We don't care.
Wants to come in. Okay, hold on.
Go grab her. I'll vent. So, as you can see in her room, Allie, she has a lot of wigs hanging up behind the wall. One for each day of the week, I think. She has a few Miami Dolphins sneakers hanging up there, too, in the top of her cubbyhole as well. There she. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Here we are.
That's it. Our special guest.
Echo. He's a one-eyed baby.
Okay.
Show your face. Show your face.
Oh, my God.
A #1 Dolphin fan.
That's all we need. You know what? More the merrier. That is great.
He's a good kitty and also a bad kitty. But we'll see if he could just.
That's okay.
If he can just sit here.
It's all right.
Just don't touch any buttons.
Yeah, just don't take us off the air.
Yeah.
Because we had enough trouble getting on the air today.
I know. He's probably going to steal the show right now.
That's all right. He can steal the show. Look, I talk enough. People do show up to see you, so that might upset them. But me, nobody cares about me.
No butthole.
Yeah. Carolina Panthers this week. They're a team kind of like Miami, off to a slow start. They're a younger team. What are your thoughts on this week's game? As I've been saying, look, if we all know what the noise has been about, who's getting fired, when, all this, that, and the other. If you want that noise to just go away, win games. And it's not like we're playing the Philadelphia Eagles this week. It's the Carolina Panthers.
Find a way to win. I mean, even the Jets kind of scared us at the end of the last game there, but just find a way to win, please. And
I mean, talking about the game versus the Jets again real quick. Do you know how crazy it is that we won that game? The Jets hit 197 yards rushing. If they could have had a quarterback who was even the least bit competent, they probably win that game. But the fact they also had 100 yards of penalties as well kind of hurt them as well. I mean, the Jets really, if not for the penalties and if not for their horrible quarterback, should have. I mean, How do we only win by 6 is my question.
Well, I
100 yards of
know.
penalties.
And that's the thing. Like, sometimes you never know what kind of team you're working with. And, like, we know the Jets suck, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, we just didn't know at the time if we sucked worse.
That's true. It's true. You know what? Sometimes that's the analysis that's so true. Just bringing it down to its basic level. You don't need the X's and O's, PFF numbers. It's just base level.
That's what you're going to get from me. Just get the real talk, because
that's the real talk.
You know, any given Sunday, you can look great on paper, as we all are so familiar with. You can look so great on paper in the beginning of the season. You can look so bad on paper, and you never know what it actually looks like in game time.
I love how you're fighting.
This isn't going to work.
This isn't going to work, but trust me, it's only a half-hour show. We're 10 minutes in. It'll go quick. The other thing I want to say about the Panthers is I was looking at their roster. Man, on offense, they ain't got much. And I know we've been pretty bad on defense this year. In fact, everyone looks at the team like, why are we losing? It's not the offense. I know Tua hasn't been great. A lot of turnovers, although last week he had none. I know he hasn't been great. He hasn't sort of lived up to the contract. Our defense couldn't stop a runny nose. But this week,
how many points have we given up so far? Okay, we're 4 games in.
I can tell you, it's a lot. 120, I think.
Unreal in 4 games.
We've given up. No, 118 we've given up. Yeah, we've given up 118.
So, and people want Weaver to be the head coach.
Well, that ain't happening.
Hello.
Well, ain't happening here at least.
I'm not a fan of that.
And I know it's not all him. Part of it is, Chris Greer did not the best job of putting together this roster. We lost Holland and Ramsey and Campbell, and we replaced them all with rookies, essentially, which is not a smart idea. But yeah, it's just like if we let the Panthers with, their wide receivers are not very good. Their running backs are not very good.
No, I'm not worried about the Panthers, honestly.
Don't say you're not worried.
I guess I'm getting
yeah, you should always be worried every week. Yeah, exactly. Don't be a little overconfident.
We'll edge them by 4.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Hey, it's a win. But I'm just saying, if they don't look good this week on defense, I don't know if they're going to look good at any week this year, because the Panthers don't present much of a challenge offensively, is my point. I don't know. We're going to find out a lot about this.
There's no quick fix for this defense right now, and I'm really not I'm at a loss for what can be done,
And what's really disappointing is, like, the pass rushers. Chubb's got a few sacks, so I want to leave him out of it. But, like, Chop Robinson, which is not his fault, he's not even on the field enough. Like, he's only on the field 37% of the snaps or some number like that. Get him on the field more.
Sure.
Jalen Phillips is the king of coming close. He comes close a lot, and there's something to be said for coming close. But every now and then, wrap the guy up and bring him to the ground. Be nice, He comes close a lot.
There's no shortage of talent at all on our defense, and that's what's so frustrating. Like, what is it? Like, why? We definitely should not be giving up this amount of points, especially to the Jets.
I think the main reason.
Patriots.
Here's what I've sort of seen now. Now that we've seen 4 games, more of a larger sample size, because you don't want to just react to 1 game or 2 games. It's 4 games.
Yeah.
That's like, okay. Teams this year, which they've never could do, is they're putting 2 guys on Zach Sealer and saying someone else beat us. Because in the past, Wilkins, you couldn't put 2 guys on Zach Sealer. In the past, last year, Campbell, you couldn't put 2 guys on Zach. This year, we're going to put 2 guys on Zach. Hey, Grant, you beat us. He can't. Yeah. Hey, one of your other rookies, you beat us. They can't. So I think teams are taking away Zach Sealer, making it very easy to move the ball, score points, run the ball on Miami's defense. And until someone steps up opposite Zach on the line, I'm looking at you, Kenneth Grant, you're picked 13th overall. And I know you're just a rookie. I don't want to say you stink, you're a bust. That's not fair. It's only 4 games. But until he steps up and performs like where we picked him, this might be their season, unfortunately. It's a lot to throw on a plate of a rookie, any rookie. I don't care if he's picked 1. It's a lot. But I think that's the reason why we're having so much trouble stopping the run. Stopping the pass, we just know we don't got the players.
Yeah, I mean, it takes several years to develop players. We know that. But also, welcome to the NFL. Like, you need to be ready to go when you get drafted. And, this is
just give me a little bit.
It's going to be growing pains for a few years. It's going to be growing pains.
Just give me a little bit more than what you've already provided us. And I think on the other side of the line with our 2nd round pick, Jonah Savaiane, it's the same thing. And like, they just threw him to the wolves, kind of.
Yeah.
He's never played left guard before. Of course, we play him a left guard. And then when people say, why don't you like Mike McDaniel? This is why. He's not a left guard.
Right. So
Like,
I wonder
like,
how
just-
these decisions come about. Like I've never played football, obviously, so I don't know.
But if the guy's been a
how
right
these things-
tackle and if he's been a right guard, guess where I'm going to play him in the NFL? Right tackle or right guard. I'm not going to move him to the left hand
right,
side.
because that's how he was successful in college.
It's like, especially as a rookie, because it's hard enough to make the jump from college to pro. I'm not going to make it harder by putting him in a spot where he's never played it before. That's the frustrating part of this. But look, it was a win. We'll see if they can get 2. Then you're at 2-3.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they're home against the Chargers. Not an easy game, but you're home at least. Let's see what happens.
That's going to be tough, I think.
I think that's going to be really tough, actually, because
But being at home, being
home helps.
fan
1
club
o'clock.
weekend.
It's going to be hot. I'm going to be there too, which is all that matters. So there you go.
I'm going to be there too.
You're going to be there too.
The energy of fan club weekend is always like kind of over the top because
it is
came from everywhere, and I it's my favorite weekend of the whole season. So we can bring the energy, and I feel like this is always something that I'm harping on, and people get mad at me because they're like, well, it's not the fans' fault, that there's no energy in the stadium. Like if they would just put the product on the field, then people would be more hype and whatever. But what I see, like standing in the deep end where I sit, the first 3 rows of 129 is the deep end, and we stand the whole game. We constantly bring the energy. We try to get the rest of the crowd to bring the energy. And I look behind me and I see people sitting on 3rd down and sitting in their seats and quiet, sitting. And I'm like, I just don't understand this. Like, I get the frustrations. I get the team sucks. But like, if we could just maybe as fans, uplift the team a little bit, and let's stop doing the "Let's Go Dolphins" chant on offense. Okay,
that drives me nuts.
What's going on?
Stop doing that. I know fans want to go and they want to have a good time. And look, for what everyone has to pay. They don't look
like they're having a good time.
Well, there's that too. But for what everyone's paying to go and buy a seat, and then have to go through whatever you do for parking, which is a nightmare down there. I get it.
But let's do our duty. Like do
when they
duty.
have it's very simple. When they have the ball and they're on offense, you don't do the wave. You don't chant, "Let's go Dolphins." You act like you're in a library. You stay quiet. Now on defense, do you want to do the wave?
Nuts.
Go nuts. Go nuts like your cat. Your cat's going nuts. Go nuts.
Go nuts. Ring your cowbell.
That's it. Make
do whatever you have to do. Scream, bang. They love that. The defense loves that. You see them out there and they're like, come on, help us out. We want the other. This is just basic. I'm so sorry.
No, it's just football 101.
We don't want the other team to hear each other. Okay. Yeah. Drown it out. And no other stadium in this whole NFL has this problem. We must be the quietest stadium in the NFL.
I think part of it's because the fan base has been beaten down. Let's be honest. It's been a long time.
There's other fan bases that are even more downtrodden than us, though.
I love that. I'm going to clip that. You doing that with your thing. That is hilarious. But
seriously, the Jets have it worse. There's other teams that have had it worse than us. And, I like to do my duty when I'm in there.
You're right.
I'm tired. Trust me. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, drive across the alley, get there, host tailgate. It's constant running around, talking, running around in heels, doing all these things. And if I can do it, you all can do it. So fan club weekend, we bring in the energy.
That's right. If she can run around in heels, then you can make some noise on defense, but not offense.
You can stand up and make some noise.
Yes. I love
it. Please. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm probably going to do this every single podcast until we can get this right.
Yeah. Let's play a Florida Man game here real quick. So everyone loves the Florida Man game. And I got 2 good stories for you this week. Now, for those of you who are new to the show and don't understand, I played this game for years with Ian on our Wednesday night shows. With Ian, sort of taking care of his health and stuff this year, I've transitioned. There he is. Look at that bad boy. I've transitioned this game to Allie this year, and we're going to play it when we do our show. So I read 2 stories. Now, look, we know Florida's a little bit of a crazy place. You read these headlines and go, really, that really happened in real life? Yes, it really happened in real life. And usually it happens in Florida. But crazy stuff happens elsewhere as well. So I'm going to read 2 stories. They're both 100% true. One happened in Florida. One happened somewhere else. And Allie has to guess which one happened in the state of Florida, the state where she lives, the state that houses our Miami Dolphins. Story number 1. A healthcare worker is behind bars after police were notified of a viral video that allegedly, I saw the video, it happened, shows her provocatively dancing over a disabled patient. Oh, I'm going to try to say this girl's name. Lucretia, I can't. it's a odd name. She's only 19, but she was arrested and charged with a felony count of exploitation of a disabled person, according to the police department. Police were made aware of the video that was on social media showing this woman dancing in a provocative manner above a disabled person seated in a chair. She essentially gave the guy a lap dance, and this guy seemed like, he's a disabled person. He did not consent to this. Then she went on social media and said, right now, there's a video going on around about, I'm just going to paraphrase it. It's a long paragraph, that there's a video going on around me. And she goes, all I got to say is there's angles to the video and you're only seeing one angle. And if you saw the other angles, it's not what you think. Bullshit. Okay, whatever. So a healthcare worker pretty much gave a lap dance to a disabled person. Story number one. Story number two, which I might like more. A man is celebrating 26 consecutive days of eating raw chicken, a quest he plans to continue until he gets, his words, a tummy ache. John, who refuses to share his last name for privacy reasons, has filmed himself eating slabs of raw chicken and chugging raw eggs for his 400,000 Instagram followers. And he said he planned to eat raw chicken every day until he gets a tummy ache. There's no word on how this went for John, but it's safe to assume this did come to an end in July because he did because that's when he stopped posting clips, or he died. I don't know. So one of the two, we don't know.
He died.
We don't know. He stopped posting. So
wow.
And they did say consuming raw or undercooked chicken can cause diarrhea and vomiting, and raw
salmonella, parasites.
Raw poultry meat can harbor several types of bacteria, including salmonella. So, Allie, which one of these two stories happened in the state of Florida, the state you call home?
God, I'm so embarrassed of this state sometimes. I think the raw chicken guy was Florida.
Allie, you are 100% correct. I know last time we played, you got it wrong. You are back on the winning side of things. This did happen in Florida. The man with John, who won't share his last name. I don't know if it says what part of Florida.
John Smith, is that you?
Yeah, John Smith. It might be our John Smith. It's just, I mean, how stupid you guys.
Unreal.
It looks like a younger guy, too.
Anyone who's ever had food poisoning a little bit, which is sometimes caused by salmonella, knows you do not want to self-induce that unless you're planning to lose mondo pounds. That's pain.
Yeah.
I got food poison like a week ago. Luckily, it only lasted like a day.
Yeah, it's rough. It is rough.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what establishment it was because I really still want to eat there. But yeah, no, I would never self-induce that. Like, okay, gross. But also, that's disgusting. The lady,
yeah, she's
as a healthcare worker, I just think that that's so inappropriate. And I know you guys probably saw that thing about the healthcare workers making fun of the paper that they used to put down before the exam, and like
that's awful.
That is just so repulsive, and I completely just. I'm so glad all those employees lost their jobs.
I saw the video, and I have her picture. She's 19. She looks like she's 14.
I'm sure she had a big old booty.
No, she's like she looks like a child almost, which is kind of scary.
Well, I mean, children do childish things. That's
I mean, I have right here like the video. I have here the picture. I don't want to share it because it looks like a child, and she's obviously not. I mean, 19 still very young, obviously, but this guy is clearly disabled, and he did not. I'm just gonna say it nicely. Clearly disabled, and I don't know what she was thinking.
Men in the chat who are saying, "Oh, who would mind? Who would mind?"
No, hopefully we have no one saying that. Yeah, exactly.
Have some decency for your patients.
Yeah, have some decency.
Everyone.
I mean that's not cool, and it's like just taking advantage for what, a TikTok video and a few.
So
likes.
What state? What state was that?
Oh, that was Georgia. Loganville, Georgia. Okay. So not far from Florida. Yeah. That was a Georgia deal. All right. So before we get to the jokes, prediction for this week's game. I did pick the Panthers to win on Wednesday only because I got to see Miami do better on defense. I think a team that has a competent quarterback might be able to take advantage of our defense still. So I did pick the Panthers, but hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too, and I think
everyone hopes I'm wrong. I always hope I'm wrong. But what's your prediction, Allie?
Well, now here's the thing. Knowing that we've been giving up 20 to 30 points, it's probably going to be another one of these high-scoring, like, back and forth weird games. So I'm going to say 27 to 29. Dolphins win.
Okay, 29.
I hope it's a good game. Like, I want to see a lot of
Yeah.
scoring, but just don't give me a heart attack. I got to travel all the way to Carolina. We're driving with kids. My
You're going to be at the game. Okay.
Yeah, my Aunt Lisa lives in North Carolina. Shout out Aunt Lisa. So she's watching the kids for us this weekend. So we're going to be driving, like, I think it's 11 hours or so.
It's a long
there and
drive.
back. So, but I'm still, like I said, if I can bring the energy when I get there,
That's right.
you can too.
That's right.
But yeah, so we're going, and I hope it's a good showing. I actually have, like, a bunch of things I wanted to say too about the weekend, because there's a bunch of things going on.
Yeah, now.
So this is Fan Fest 6. So it's hosted by the Positive Porpoise, Danny Johnson.
Danny Johnson. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Danny. So they're hosting the weekend with the Carolina Fan Club and Donna and everybody out there. Justin, Finsticky, and Keith are doing the tailgate. So if you want to get some information on this, I can send it to you, or you can just check out the Positive Porpoise page, and they have everything listed down there. But so on Saturday, they're doing a meet and greet. Richmond Webb will be there, future Hall of Famer Richmond Webb. So that's going to be at the Platform Sports Bar in Charlotte from 4 to 8. So they're going to be doing live memorabilia, auctions, raffles, charity for charity and door prizes. And yeah, so, like, big shout out to the Positive Porpoise, because Danny has just raised
raised a ton of money.
So much money. Future fan of the that was my cowbell. Future fan of the year material. So
yeah, he's
awesome job at Danny and everyone in that organization.
Check out their Facebook page too, because they got a Facebook page. They have a ton of raffles of really cool stuff.
Always raffling like the coolest stuff.
Great
and
autographs.
Then there's going to be a tailgate too. So tailgate on Sunday, and that's at 1024 South Mint Street, right next to the stadium. So you do need a wristband if you want to eat and drink. Those are now sold out. And then the other, you can still come and party if you shall like. So I'm looking forward to that. Move your butt. I'm looking forward to that and seeing everybody out there. I have not been to Carolina for a game. I've been to Carolina many times for other things, but not for a game. So,
well, this is the perfect segue to our closing segment. Get to know your opponent's city.
It's now time to get to know your opponent's city.
Just remember, folks, this is all good, gentle humor. Do not take it seriously or be upset if you are from Charlotte or North Carolina. Charlotte calls itself the Queen City. Funny, I didn't know that the Queen lived in a giant strip mall with traffic. And let's be honest, the only crown being worn by a female in that city takes place at a Burger King. Y'all brag about your banking up there in Charlotte. It's a huge city for banking. Charlotte is a large city for banking, the largest in America. The only thing Charlotte invests in is Panthers losses. Charlotte's skyline looks nice from a distance, which is exactly where you want to stay, far away from Charlotte. NASCAR is your claim to fame, Charlotte, right? Congrats. Your whole city is built around a left turn and still going nowhere. People call Charlotte an up-and-coming city. Yes, up-and-coming, as in you're in last place in the NFC South again. Charlotte's nightlife is so boring. The most lit thing in town is a Krispy Kreme sign. Charlotte, the city's fashion sense is wild. You're going to see this firsthand, Allie. The fashion sense in Charlotte is wild, because it looks like people raided a thrift store in a power outage and said, yeah, this will work. The Panthers fans, we got fins up. Well, the Panthers, their thing is keep pounding. But judging by their record, the only thing that is being pounded is them.
Yeah.
Panthers, the people of Charlotte say it's a growing city. Yeah, growing like a fungus. Fast, sticky, and it stinks. They say Charlotte's got Southern charm, but it's like, what's their Southern charm? Just barbecue sauce stains trying to pass off his personality. Screw you, Charlotte. The Dolphins are coming to town. Let's get to know your city.
They are another long-suffering.
Oh, I know.
They've had a rough couple years there. But, again, that's why I'm confident that we can win there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope for the best here. Hope we can get 2 in a row. It's been known to happen before, winning 2 games in a row. Let's hope our team can pull it off.
Keep pounding, Dolphins.
Keep pounding. Be sure to follow Dolphreaky on social media everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, at Dolphreaky. Check out DolphinsTalk.com. Follow me on all the platforms as well at Dolphins Talk. We'll be back next week with another show as we get ready for the Chargers and Fan Club Weekend, because I'm going to be around Allie. Now, we're going to record prior to that, but I'm going to be around Allie next week. Maybe we'll shoot some content in person when we do meet up. We'll shoot some short form videos, nothing too long here, but
yeah, we can get into all the events next episode for Fan Club.
Maybe we'll have a surprise person with us too when we shoot one of the things. I don't know. Maybe. I think you know who. Well, you know who.
I would love.
Yeah, we'll have some fun.
You better say
everyone have a great day, and we'll talk to you again after a while.
Fins up.